Yo guys, welcome back to KEKO Channel. Balik lagi dengan gue Kenny dan kita mainin lagi nih permainan Doki Doki Literature Club plus kita. Dan gue di sini langsung load saja ya. Gue kemarin udah sampai di sini. Oke, jadi dia kasih kita clue. Kalau misalnya kita bisa menggunakan skip button untuk lebih cepat. Kalau misalnya kita ada teks yang udah pernah kita baca. Oke, with that the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will befriend me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oke, jadi kita langsung membuat poem 5 words. Oke. Kita bikin poem buat siapa? Buat si Amazing. Kalau yang ini agak sweet. Lagi sugar. Jump memories. Oke, nih tuh. Oke, games lebih ke marshmallow, chocolate, apa ya, kawaii, doki doki, strawberry, and then what else? Kita lebih kemana gitu? Lebih ke giggle. Oh my goodness. Horror, raindrops together. What else? After image, peaceful. Alright. Kiss, perfect. Oh, so. Hi again, Jocelyn. Glad to see you. Didn't run away on us, huh? Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literary club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is always hanging out. Already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jocelyn. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive head first into literature when you are not accustomed to it. Oh come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Simply defeat it. Natsuki flops back into her seat. Don't worry guys, Jaslyn always gives it his best as long as he is having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayuri, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Hehehe. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Jocelyn can become good friends too? Sayuri. Hmm? As usual, Sayuri seems all oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri even bought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayuri. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't just about it. Don't just worry about it. I mean, first of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It made me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I wouldn't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here, Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want that. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Yeah, well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a chatty conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closets. I hear Natsuki utter an expressed sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed about something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica, she never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stick books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you are really into it until you figure it out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's this supposed to mean? I see. There's long volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Perfect Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Jocelyn. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It is exceedingly mooi. Don't just stand there. Wow! Natsuki grabs my arms and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall, burns the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't breathe at the same time like that. Why is that? Oh, I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it is particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds after Natsuki once again inched closer, reclaiming the edition space while he hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? No, really. Maybe sometimes after I have already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? But I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of this since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you are saying. A lot of beginning is about simple things. Like there's really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kind of drama, like when they get into all their backstories and when some of romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you are talking about. Maybe I underestimate you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Wow, Natsuki gives me a little shock. I just mean that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah, why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies, to pick up from a manga. That's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I have finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you are watching me read, well, I'm fine with that. If you say so, I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I am really kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it is safe here in the club room. CEP Monica was kind of jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solved any of my problems. Maybe, but at least you are enjoying yourself, right? So? Hahaha. Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. Ha! I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish the chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usually bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that, and being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. So you do look pretty cozy over there? Haha. Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she's gotten to me. She has clearly slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back. Don't you want to know what's happened? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course, It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish the one before tomorrow so we can start the one next. And if it gets bad, I'll kill you. By tomorrow, I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on somehow if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki enthusiast face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My reaction ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embracing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a regular size sheet of loose leaf, torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebooks. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complete as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem first? Let's go to Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this because I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when reading this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it is not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You are so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you are all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Okay, so the poem is... Eagle can fly, monkey can climb, cricket can leap, horses can race, owls can sing, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like that. I liked it. What? Just be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like that? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for rhythm at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That is what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay, who should I show my poem to next? I will show to Monica. Hi, Gislin. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you are new and everything, if you ever have any suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I am always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha. Don't worry, Jocelyn. We're all a little embarrassed today now. But it's that sort of barrier that we will all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like that, Jocelyn. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Haha. Oh jeez. No, it's kind of made me think something Natsuki would write, and she's a good writer too, so take that as a compliment. Haha. If you say so. Yep. There is a lot of poems or story out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're writing for kids, but if you think about them, they can express view of the world that will apply to anybody. I see. So you are saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they are super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I felt comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That is the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find that suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poems now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Wow, hole in wall, it couldn't have been me. See the direction, the sparkle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. Eh? I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out the sun, but it's too late. My retinas already scorched with permanent copy of meaningless images. It's just a little hole, it wasn't too bright, it was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking at, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking. So what do you think? It's very free form, if that's you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, this kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poem a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here is Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you are writing poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific poem. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That is my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show? Aku mau sayori terakhir aja, jadi kita ke Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. So sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I just making sure. I guessed that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No, did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hand. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, it is as her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh, please do. I'd like to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a real opportunity for her, which it is itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be literature club? Ooh, goes under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Betting it must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the best of time, the last yet to be replaced by the seekingness, blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flickers back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually thinking your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It was too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Jocelyn. Really? They must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting in that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. I just remembered that it wouldn't be long before you picked it up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I'll guess I have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay, the last one is Sayori. This is a good poem, Jocelyn. Are you sure it is your first time? Of course, it's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you are really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Jocelyn. Deep down, you are not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that one really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she is part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you are read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, let's see about that. Ooh, dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to whisk away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, it's just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no questions. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Oh, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you, really. Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there is no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's class. But next time, I wouldn't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It is as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they are just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happy chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They are gingerly exchanged sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki eyebrow furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you see something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returned the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just mean the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestion, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it. Jocelyn liked it too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestion of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Jocelyn liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what Yuri stand up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Jocelyn appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cute. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Jocelyn started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little. This does involve you. Oh my god, I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both turn towards his. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Aduh. Gimana ini malah berantem? Oh my goodness. Help me, Sayuri. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. What kind of conversation that we have here? Oh my god. Okay guys, okay everybody, it's just about time for us to leave. Oh. Oke, jadi untuk video kali ini guys, gue rasa gue cukupkan sampai di sini dulu aja guys, dan kita akan lanjutkan ceritanya itu ke part selanjutnya. Dan kalau misalnya kalian suka dengan game semacam ini, visual novel semacam ini, kalian bisa bagikan ke teman-teman kalian ya tentang ceritanya. Ini agak lucu gitu, tapi aku tetap tidak menyarankan untuk orang yang punya mental illness ya untuk nonton video gue yang ini. Kalau misalnya kalian ada kayak mental illness gitu, lebih baik skip aja, nontonin game gue yang lain aja. Oke guys, dan segini dulu aja. So gue Kenny, I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye gamers. Oh by the way, kalau misalnya kenapa sih Kenny bilang kalau untuk game ini, untuk yang mental illness jangan, kalau bisa jangan nonton, karena ini aku disclaimer dulu. Dari gamenya sendiri juga dia udah bilang dari awal kalau untuk orang-orang yang punya mental illness atau misalnya orang-orang yang punya kecenderungan untuk bunuh diri dan segala macam, untuk menghindari bermain game ini ya. Dan segini dulu aja. So gue Kenny, I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye gamers.